Okay, so about 2 videos ago, I said that I finally have a job after about 3 years of searching for one. That is no longer the case. And I just want to say to any future employers that are looking at me as a person and seeing what sort of stuff I've done and have come across this video and they've been like, oh, so he quit his last job. It's a bit more complicated than that, and there was a bit more meaning behind it in the job itself. Let's just talk about it. So basically, my last job involved working at Sainsbury's, and this lasted 3 whole weeks. And the reason it lasted 3 whole weeks is because, one, it was night shift and I couldn't handle it. That was basically the main reason for it. Plus, if I just take you right now and show you what the weather's been like recently, absolutely dreadful. I cycled to work and basically, I just like getting up in that sort of weather, like with the winds we were getting recently and rainfall like that, it was a bit like, I don't really fancy that. And when it gets to winter, it's probably going to be even bit worse because there'll probably be like black ice and stuff. So that was one thing that sort of put me off wanting to carry on working there, and just thinking of the travel there was going to be a bit difficult, but it wasn't anything terrible. But it was also, now this is the main thing, my sleep schedule and me and my productiveness has completely been thrown out the window. Because as of now, in this point in time for me, I am currently doing my second year at college, and I am planning after that to go on to university and do a particular course there. And I want to try and get the best grade I can from this year, just so then I can try and prove that I'm a good enough student to go on and do the course I would like to do. However, what doesn't help is me waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, going to work, and then, I mean, I only had it one day for my college course because it's 3 days, but still, it was like, on one of the days, it was waking up 3 in the morning, going to work, and then having to rush to the train station to get a train to my college, getting there at least like 15 minutes late, whatnot, and then even one of the days I just decided I'm too tired to even go in today, so I just slept through that. And then it's like on the other days which I have off, Monday and Tuesday, I was just a bit like, you know what, instead of me being productive and doing something that I want to do or something I need to do, I'm just going to sleep for about 5 hours, which I really hated doing because then it messes up my sleep schedule for the next day, and then that ruins me waking up properly and getting a good enough sleep to go to work. And it was just like all of this sort of stuff, and I was just like, you know what, no. I'm having enough of this and I'm not going in. And it's not even just that, because I'm sure you know by now, I have anxiety. If you haven't seen my video, go right there. I think I made some good points about anxiety, about what my own experience with it, and how my experience can help you lot if you are, or anyone else out there who's like experienced mental health or anxiety in particular, and my way of dealing with it, and your way of dealing with it. Anyway, go and watch that video if you're interested in hearing about that. I won't go any more into it here, but basically, my anxiety pretty much picked up the night before I was supposed to have a shift on this like sort of third week sort of whatever, and it was just sort of got me like, I was really just in the mindset of, I have to do this job because I need money, but I also really don't want to do this job because it's getting in the way of my actual life. And that's what it came down to. And like my anxiety was running high at this point of like going back and forth between the two of like, there's this issue, but then there's this issue if I do that. It's that song that's like, should I stay or should I go? Because if I go, there will be trouble, and if I don't, there will be double. Can't remember what that song's called. And it was basically getting to the point where I was supposed to be in bed, but I was just sitting on my bed, just sort of like looking over just at the wall, just being a bit like, I can't get to sleep. I'm struggling to get to sleep. If I do start to get to sleep, I'll just need to wake up anyway. And then I was just like going through this whole thought process of just like wanting not to go to work anymore. And then my mum came and said goodnight, whatever, and then we just sort of had a conversation about it. I started crying a bit, and in the end we just decided, just don't go to work tomorrow. And then they phoned me up the next day, and I just said, had a bit of a anxiety attack about it, and that I would like to no longer work for them, and that was it. That was the end of it. And I think that's probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and I'm still currently unemployed. So I'm literally just looking for work at the moment. And the reason I'm telling you this whole story is to say that even though I have sort of had my issues of anxiety and overcome them before, they do still pop up, and it's never going to leave me. And also, if like you think you're alone in that sort of sense, you're not. Anxiety affects people in many different ways. It's not always going to go away, etc., etc. But also, this is a channel where I just share what's going on in my life. And currently, what's gone on in my life is I no longer have a job, despite trying to get a new job for over 3 years. So let's try this again.